Yep.
last name?
Yep.
Who are you? What do you do? And why are we here right now, Chelly? The last question could get philosophical.
I know. I was like, oh man. I am an online lifestyle coach. What's the next question?
Well, just basically, who are you? And what do you do?
What do? I like to say I just help people feel good about themselves. I help people feel confident because everyone's goals are different. Some people want to build muscle. Some people want to lose fat. Some people want to gain weight. It's whatever makes you feel confident, because what makes you feel confident looks different for everyone. Right. It might be a bigger butt. It might be bigger legs, bigger arms, shoulders, all the above.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So obviously you're in fitness lifestyle coaching.
Yes.
What got you started in fitness in general? And furthermore, what led you to say, hey, I want to help others achieve this too? What was your starting point? You can rewind all the way back if you want to.
So I grew up dancing. I always moved. I always loved moving. And so
like moving states or just moving your body?
I guess both. From California, then I went to Nevada, and now I'm here. And so I was always moving, very active. And then I cheered my freshman year of college, and then I didn't do anything after that. It still worked out because I enjoyed movement. And then when I moved here, I was like, wow, I'm bored. I need a hobby. Yeah. And so I got more into working out, and I loved it. And I just nerded out over stuff. I would look up stuff for funsies. I would read research articles for funsies. And it's funny because I was so passionate about it for so long. And so I've always helped friends. And they're always like, oh, what about this? What about that? And I would just naturally love helping them. I would get excited. And in my free time, I would be excited, and it would energize me to help them out and be like, oh, let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. I can write this up for you.
Right.
And it was just so much fun. And last summer, I had another friend that needed help, and another friend getting ready for a wedding. And I was like, let me do all these things for you. And I was setting up hours, and I was like, wait, I really like this. I really like helping people. Why am I not doing this more? And so I delved into it more.
That's
and
awesome.
It was really fun. And it was fun seeing people progress, and you're like, I'm helping that.
Right.
I'm helping them feel better about themselves. I'm helping them feel like they got it going on.
Right.
And that's the best feeling in the world.
You're good. So you fell in love with obviously helping other people and decided to make it a source of revenue and a business for yourself. Now that you've recently exited a previous position of your life, a career, you're about to ramp things up aggressively.
Yes. Right? I'm excited to do it full time. And I'm like, I'm almost annoyed with myself by how cheesy I sound.
What do you mean?
Because I'm just excited to help more people. Because I feel like I've been restrained on how many people I can help, because you only have so many hours in a day.
Yes, that's
And now I'm like, there's more people. I have more hours to help more people. What? That's so cool.
It is. And you exuberate the positivity and the actual passion for what you do. So that's awesome. Who would you say, as far as with what you're doing as lifestyle coaching, who's your perfect client or partner to work with on this?
Someone perfect, I guess. Really just like women. Any woman that's wanting some guidance, wanting some help. I feel like at the end of the day, you hire someone that just knows more than you. I feel like there's so many coaches in the space, and and here's what I think is cool about there being so many coaches that you can choose from, is that we all have different personalities. We all have different styles. We all have different values, and just like how we offer help is just different. And so it's just like dating. Figure out who is your match.
Right.
And that's really cool. And so when I think of who's ideal, I'm like, well,
just like,
it's like whoever you naturally vibe with.
Who aligns with you. And honestly, I think about this a lot with coaching. With the internet these days, we have access to all this information. So a lot of times, even some of the best coaches that I know have other coaches for them that I would deem less knowledgeable than the person they're working with. I've seen it happen a lot. And I think that there's a benefit to having a coach that is not just a science nerd or can give you jargon, but actually empathize with you and understand what you're going through to help you take that next step or move past a mental block.
Yes. I would say 9 times out of 10, what gets people to succeed the most isn't knowledge. It isn't the data. It's being able to help someone with their mental capacity, if you will.
Right.
Because your body is very vulnerable. People judge you off of your body, and you're constantly looking in the mirror. And so it's very scary when someone's looking at you all the time, because eyes are always on you. And so I rabbit trailed.
I know what you're saying.
And so being able to help someone more so with where they're at mentally, what they're feeling, empathizing, is going to help people get a lot further. That's obviously data, science, all that. That's how we base their protocols. But sometimes if that's not some people hire a coach because, listen, I don't know this. I know you do.
Mhm.
Help guide me.
Yeah.
Some people want to learn. I'm big on educating. And so
Yeah.
I'll do Loom videos. And anytime I do a protocol, I will explain it why. This is
Mhm.
why I'm prescribing this because I see this because that's one of my values.
Yeah.
I want to educate people. I want
Yeah.
people to learn. I don't want people to just blindly follow me. But also that's not always why people hired me.
Right.
It's just an added bonus. And so I find what helps most people is being able to empathize with them, helping them feel seen, helping them feel valued.
Yeah.
And we get in our heads a lot too, being able to show someone like, no, you're making better progress than you realize. Like, look at how you did this last week and look at this, what you did this week.
Right.
Look at this decision you did before and look at this decision you're doing now.
Mhm.
It's being able to see those little things because we're our worst self-critic.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a lot of people who are like, oh, I had a horrible week. I had one slice of pizza. What makes that a horrible week? What defines success to you?
Mhm.
And being able to know that specifically for each person will make a massive difference as well.
Right.
And allows you to know how to empathize with them, how to connect with them, how to understand what makes them tick so that way you can help them feel better when they are making progress and they just don't see it. Does that make sense?
No, I totally get it. So with that being a core specialty and passion of yours is educating your clients and obviously connecting with them, with women being your kind of target who you work with, you're a lady yourself. What are some of the biggest, I guess, bottlenecks to ladies embarking on a fitness journey? What do you think holds a lot of ladies back, whether it's ladies who are already in the gym and want to better improve themselves or people who have never taken that first step? What do you see as a coach? There's probably a lot of things.
Yes, there is. I would say one thing would be confidence in themselves. People just don't think they can do it.
Mhm.
And it's being able to hype someone up and be like, no, it's possible. Because I think of when you first start a diet and you're not really seeing much progress and you're like, man, I don't really know. We were talking about earlier when the scale starts to go up, you're like, I can't do this.
Right.
I can't do this. And you start to doubt yourself and then you self-sabotage.
Mhm.
Self-sabotage is one of the number one things because it's like, I can't do it. Why am I even going to do it?
Right.
And so again, it's helping someone. And that's one of the things that is nice about having a coach and a support system. So that transitioning support system's huge. Because if you have someone that just like doesn't get it around you, that's like always saying like, oh, I know you said that this is your goal, but how about we do this even though you said this is what you want? Because a lot of people want to please other people and they want to make other people happy. And so sometimes it's not necessarily that they're not as dedicated. It's that they want to make this person happy and them doing this will make them happy. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Totally.
So, and another thing is just like lack of education because there's so much confusing information out there.
Oh, no doubt.
And there's a lot of conflicting information. We have all these Stitch videos. One person saying one thing and then Stitch is actually this. And then another Stitch. It's like an inception of stitches. Oh, it keeps going.
Have you seen the one Eating Healthy in 2024? And it's basically a compilation of all the crap gurus. And by the time you're done watching all those, they're eating nothing on a plate because they just can't have anything.
Microwave. Can't have milk, which I have started having Fairlife milk and I put in my little latte.
Ooh,
it's a lot of protein. It's 12 grams of protein.
It's amazing the process too, how they filter that cow's milk. I was reading into it.
It's really cool.
I love Fairlife.
It's so good.
I use it in my Ninja Creamy now and it makes some great ice cream. So I highly recommend. And it's just, I think, 14 grams of protein per cup, maybe 15.
I weigh everything in grams. So.
Okay. Well, no, that's awesme. Where was I?
Sorry.
We were talking, no, I lost it. As far as pitfalls for ladies, are there any other certain things? Because obviously I'm a dude, so I'm not a girl. Very clear on that in 2024. So I can't really always empathize with the same struggles that ladies can. I feel like that's really important to highlight in situations like this. So what are some other struggles that you think is there judgment? Is there like that cool girl, cool club, mean girls kind of thing that goes on in a gym? I don't know.
I feel like I'm spilling tea now.
No, let's do it.
There's always mean girls. And so I can see how it's intimidating. You're like, I don't want the mean girls to make fun of me. And I remember when I was first getting into lifting, I remember distinctly, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was trying. And I saw this gorgeous skinny woman look at me and go, and I was like,
oh, she hit you with the eye roll? Did she do the little?
She just
because I always pick up, JC's taught me this one really well. It's the eye to toes, back of the eyes.
They're like, and to me, that's like cruel. When someone's just starting in the gym, aren't you? Sometimes I want to help people in the gym. Number one thing, if I could change anything in fitness, anything, is to make it known and already else, put your head down. And just put it down, baby. With love.
I actually used to train that way with deadlifts.
I did too.
I didn't know any better.
You don't know what you don't know. And so sometimes I want to go up to someone, but listen, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm genuinely trying to help you.
Save that neck.
It's just the girl. What you don't know. And that's why, again, it's hard when there's so much not communication, so much information out there that's conflicting.
Right.
Because which one do you do? Which one is best? Which one has data? Which one is bro science? Although I am finding that there is more bro science that they're doing science on. And they're like, oh, it was right. Oh,
bro
really?
I always say like that, yes, there's the realm of bro science. This is totally debunked. But my statement is these days, and I used to be totally against this, bro science is science that has yet to be put under a microscope. Because a lot of these concepts that Mike Mentzer or anybody in the 70s, 80s, early bodybuilding days was doing is starting to be presented as, oh, this makes sense. And they were just trial and erroring. But no, that's interesting you say that about getting judged when you're in the gym like that look. Just from what I do know, ladies have definitely a covert way of communicating with body language. Is not how we men would.
I don't know how, but I've learned more and more as I get older. I have no idea how male brains work at all. But I know female.
It's really easy. It's usually a compilation of beer, football, but it's very, very simple.
Yes.
We're smooth brained.
Women are not. We are so complex.
Right.
And feeling that judgment in the gym when like you don't know what you're doing, it's so embarrassing. And I think of that every time I'm in the gym and I'm like, oh, I just want to help you. I love you. I want to see you succeed. You can go.
Right. I think that's probably why the whole group fitness thing has become so popular. Like Orange Theory or even just CrossFit as a whole. What's the other one? Burn Boot Camp, Rock Box. All of these group classes I think are probably a lot more welcoming than being singled out in a big gym where you don't feel confident or comfortable.
Yes. You feel like everyone's looking at you, even though no one is.
Right.
No one's looking at you, but it feels like it because you're like, this is foreign. This is new. I think of when I go to a new gym and I have no idea where anything is.
Right.
And I'm just wandering around like a little lost puppy. And I'm like, where's the leg press?
That was you at Carolina Iron last week.
I was just walking back and forth, my arms behind my leg.
It's like Christmas.
It's just a playground. My hands behind my back. Just like,
I love it.
I mean,
it is.
And I was like, there's so many toys.
I know. That lat pull down surprised me.
It was cool.
Because it wasn't the one that I was expecting to be the best, but
it was very, very cool. I was like, oh, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I was sore the next day and I'm like never sore anymore, which is annoying.
Yeah, I felt bad. I didn't hardly work out. So I feel bad for pulling Cabin into my workout because I helped her working with AJ for most of it. But
you were playing.
So you've obviously competed before.
Yes.
You're a bikini girl.
Yes.
Do you enjoy that? Or do you have plans on competing again?
I do have plans on competing again. And I'm like, do I talk about it? Do I not?
Yeah, well, you don't have to if you're not comfortable.
Oh, it's fine. So I want to compete this season. I'm talking with my coach. Coaches have coaches.
That's right.
And we're making up a plan. We're trying to figure it out. What's going to be best to just with life and where my food's currently at. Because a lot of people go into prep. Hey, my carbs are at like 125. Let's start a 16-week prep. And you're like, baby girl, no, not yet. You need to eat more. And I find where a lot of people find resistance with starting their fitness journey too is they always associate with eating less. And that's not always what's best.
Right.
Sometimes it's eating more. And I see that a lot. 9 times out of 10, I see when someone starts eating more than they thought that their body could handle, they drop weight. It's crazy. I have a client who she was only eating, bless you, 1 meal a day. And now she's eating 3 meals. She's eating a bagel and a cup of rice and everything. And she's been consistent. She's lost 35 pounds.
Wow.
Since November. Just butter. And she's eating a ton. And like, I think now we finally have her up to 9,000 steps. She's a wonderful stay-at-home mom and just like killing it every day. And she's eating more. And she's like, wow. I'm like, yeah. You go, girl.
It's crazy, too. And also just changing the types of food. I'm not a believer in the clean versus unclean food, but understanding that you can get a lot more satiation and fullness with brown rice or sweet potato and chicken and broccoli, very volume filling foods. And that's why a lot of people that work with coaches, especially one that is pretty close to me, Chris Kokoris, a lot of his clients will come into the store and be like, I'm stuffed. I cannot eat more, but I'm losing 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds a week.
And that's where it's so cool. And this is where I get really excited about this stuff because it's like the body is just a little science experiment. And It's like, what can I do? What manipulation to get what effect?
Right.
And I feel like that's how it is with food, where it's like, oh, if I have this and this at this time, or if I'm eating more, so cool seeing what your body can do.
Right.
And it's like, you don't know until I can't say this on. Just kidding.
Yeah,
that's my motto in
no
life.
holds barred. No fuck around and find out. I have the flag at home. Have you seen the Florida flag for that?
No, I thought you were just saying.
They make a flag. It says "fuck around and find out," and it's instead of the "don't tread on me," it's an alligator from Florida.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was like I think still have that somewhere. We took it down when I decided that my house didn't really need to look like a frat house anymore.
That's funny. When there's a girl.
I had flags everywhere. Like,
that's funny.
So Saturdays for the boys, I had that one. I wasn't even in a frat. But so being a bikini competitor, obviously we're in a supplement store. I want to touch on this. What are some supplements that you take and or encourage your clientele to consume?
So 1, protein powder. That's a duh. But specifically I might take that back. I will say whey isolate. However, depending on what your schedule, see, everything's so specific.
It is.
And I'm like, it's hard to say this is what everyone should take because everyone's days, everyone's bodies are so different.
Right.
For the most part, what I was going to say was I recommend a whey isolate. However, there's been times in my life where I preferred a casein at the end of the day because it was more satiating.
Right.
I made little ice cream out of it. Yeah. It was a whole thing. I was deep in prep and it was the highlight of my day. It's what got me going. Yeah. And because it helped me stay asleep longer as well. Because when your food is lower, you're struggling with sleep. And so I needed something to be a little bit more slower digesting to help me sleep more throughout the night.
Right. Nice.
And so again, it depends. Because I wouldn't recommend someone takes a protein powder twice in a day.
No.
Just because not necessarily saying that too much is bad, but too much of anything bad. It's that I support a wide variety of protein intake, not just egg whites and chicken and protein powder and that's it. Because then you're having a minimal amino acid profile. And that's going to help with everything else.
Diversify it. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's really how it is with all foods, in my opinion. The more you can diverse a meal, that too. Diverse a meal, diverse your foods in a day, the better the nutrients, and the more your body's going to reflect it.
Right.
Your sleep, your skin, your hair. I feel like you're going to fall off the wagon if you're eating the same thing every day anyways. Oh, I only eat chicken and egg whites. That's miserable. No wonder you're falling off your diet. That sucks.
Eating the same thing over and over and over, you're going to get sick of it anyway. So protein. What's next
protein powder.
The list of importance there?
Again, depends because I'm team pre-workout. I'm always team pre-workout.
You like pre?
And yes, I do. Like a pro.
You like your pump and focus.
It's so good. Have you tried the new one yet?
No, I haven't. But I can tell you right now without even taking it, the consistency is probably smoother.
It is because they took out the
glycerol.
Thank you. And it wasn't as chalky. And I was like, oh, this is nice.
Good.
I was like, this is easy to consume. It's a little sour. I got the cherry. Okay. It's a little bit more sour. Oh, this is going to bug me. I had literally just learned about a new to me ingredient of what people can do instead of glycerol.
Yeah, glycerol.
I doubted myself. Thank you.
You're good.
I had a friend tell me about it and I had no idea. He was like, a lot of supplements don't use it because it's more expensive. Hence the uptick a little bit. And so when I was reading it, all I remembered was it started with an A. And I was like, I bet that's what he did. Yeah. And I was reading the profile and sure enough, I was like.
Talking about a meal peptide or agmatine?
That one, yes. I believe. And using it instead of glycerol. I could be completely wrong.
Well, you're not wrong. They're both involved in blood flow. Okay. Glycerol is more like cell hydration. I wonder why he put agmatine in there, though, because agmatine is so we have citrulline, right? Citrulline converts to arginine, which increases nitric oxide. Agmatine is a neurotransmitter. It plays a role. It's almost like the light switch that allows for nitric oxide pathways to open and close.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's really cool. It has a lot of benefits for neuropathic pain relief, even addiction therapy, people who are struggling through withdrawals. But for blood flow, it can either help or hurt your pump.
How so?
Because it being a neurotransmitter, if it senses that you have too much nitric oxide flowing through, it serves as that light switch to turn it off.
So how much caffeine is in it then?
Only 150 milligrams.
Nice. Yeah, I think... Sorry, Austin. I think when he's like, but 1,000 milligrams. But so I'd be curious, what is that threshold of what, does it know that when your body says it's too much, or is it a certain milligrams of when your body says it's too much? So I'd be curious to delve into that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's intriguing though.
Now I want to research more. Is it the same for everybody? Does it, the neurotransmitters, and see, that's what's so cool about the body is the fact that this can affect this, can affect this. It's so wild.
I know.
And like, and when you just take care of it, when you feed it things that are just genuinely good for it, I'm sorry, I'm a yapper.
No, I just got a text. I'm sorry. I wasn't
no
looking
worries.
at the time.
I was sleeping. On water pause. Where was I? The thing with me is when you get one story, you get 10.
Yeah. No. I love it. Hey, that's why I said we're just going to sit down and have a podcast. So many things can be pulled from this.
Yes. So. And I appreciate how you're so good at reeling it back to the original. I have no idea where we were.
I try to supplement the conversation how I can. Speaking of supplements,
yes,
what's the next one on your list?
Okay, so we're talking about good pre-workout. Let me look around. First,
Chelly's staples, like dailies. Chelly's
now I want to run around. Let me tell you.
Right.
It's a heavy tour.
Right.
This one's great.
I'm assuming I'm assuming you take creatine. All right. Well, that one's fixed.
That's a duh. Everyone takes creatine. Are we only talking about performance, or are we talking
anything?
Magnesium. Everyone should take magnesium.
I agree.
9 times. This is one of my favorite sayings. I giggle when I say it sometimes. So many people think that they're gaining weight. You literally just have to poop. That is all you need to do. You know what's something that's going to help? Magnesium. What else is going to help? Water.
Exactly.
People, oh my gosh, I'm suddenly up 2 pounds. I didn't do anything different. You also told me that you are having shit digestion.
Exactly.
So you're literally full of shit, my dear.
Just impacting yourself.
Magnesium just does so many good things. What else? I love glycine.
Me too.
Oh, I think it is the underdog of life.
Yes.
And it's going to help with your sleep. And if you're in prep, you need to have good sleep. You need to prioritize sleep because you're going to feel like
doo-doo.
Yeah, say how much can I
Can you say dog shit?
You're going to feel like dog shit if you're not sleeping.
Right.
It is going to feel miserable. You're going to feel like you're already going to feel like you're walking through jello and sand, but good sleep's going to make it a little bit better. At least improving the quality. You might not be able to help the duration. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you got to get up and do cardio, but at least helping the quality of it is going to be life-changing. If I don't take it, I feel massive difference.
Right.
For the worse.
And you don't wake up. This is something I talk to people about glycine a lot. You don't wake up feeling groggy.
No.
Because glycine's not going to sedate you in regard of a melatonin or even a Z-Quil, for example. So.
Exactly. And I find it to just be gentle, if you will. I think it's theanine. I feel like I got hit by a truck when I wake up.
Really?
I get bad dreams. I wake up exhausted. And so for me, for some people, it's awesome. For me, it is dreadful.
Interesting.
And so again, why I like glycine, personal preference.
Interesting. Never heard somebody get hit by a truck with theanine.
I know. Cause I remember my coach recommended it and I was like, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I do not like this at all.
It makes you just feel good.
When you have so many vivid dreams, you feel exhausted when you wake up. That was the case. I was having crazy dreams and I would wake up being like, did I even sleep?
Yeah. Well, not really.
No.
You know, what is it saying? If you remember your dreams frequently, that means that you're bouncing in and out of REM too much to actually get quality deep sleep. So, okay. So we got some staples there. Anything else you want to add to that list? I know you like your MyQ, don't you?
My MyQ? Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, of course.
I take that daily. See, I always call brain food.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
so tell me about that. What do you experience with it? Do you have any use cases for yourself that you experienced after starting taking it?
So I am very obviously a high energy person. I am very, and I've noticed since taking it, I can stay a lot more focused on things. I just consistent energy throughout the day. One thing is I've never been a first thing in the morning coffee person. I am very team eat some food first.
Right.
And that 9 times out of 10, that'll fix most people's energy throughout the day. Just like have some nutrients first. And I promise you will not need as much coffee.
Revolutionary thought, right?
You will be stunned at how many people, actually you probably wouldn't be. How many people, when they start that, they're like, wow, I have so much energy. And I'm like, girl, isn't that so cool?
Right.
But I will say even more so, I'm already a morning person. And with brain food, I'm even more of a morning person. Let's go.
I love it.
Yes. I feel weird saying this because I know some people don't love when people talk about like ADHD and stuff. I've never been diagnosed, but I'm like, the signs are there.
I think we all have it. I think as autism is a spectrum, so are a lot of psychological disorders and conditions. And I think
everything's a spectrum.
It really is. And so we're in this society right now where this was bred into our existence. It's a part of our body now.
Mhm.
Of course, we all have components of ADD.
Yes.
But anyway, so ADD, brain food.
Yes. And so I said, I'm not bouncing off the wall as much. I'm not all over the place as much. I find my overall well-being. Again, my sleep improved when I started taking it too, which was something I took interesting. So I do the lion's mane and the brain food together.
The brain builder stack.
Yes. I swear I'm smarter.
I stand behind that. I'm going to support that statement. Speaking of which, are you cool with me sending that clip to Justin? Cool.
I have loved that. Ever since he was talking about it, I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta try this. And ever since I first tried it, it's been life-changing. So when I was training in the mornings, I would take my brain food with the pump and focus, and it was like double focus, and I felt like a superhuman.
That's awesome.
I didn't know I could be so focused. I didn't know I could just be on one thing. It was so cool. I was like, I'm powerful.
I love that. So is there anything else that you do take or anything else that you want to leave these beautiful people watching this amazing podcast with?
Everyone should take fish oil.
So that's Chelly's statement of the day. Take your fish oil.
I'm looking around. I also don't have my glasses. So I also just know this store at this point.
Oh, Velma, wear glasses.
I never wear them because during COVID, when you had to wear the masks,
right.
They just got fogged up the glasses, and so I just got to have you wearing them.
You wear contacts at all? Or
no, I just don't think blind.
You and JC are the same way. I always tell her, you're so hot in glasses. Why do you not wear them? Because I look ugly. I'm like, no.
That's so funny. We talked about protein. It's going to be controversial because I saw the energy drinks because so many people crack out on caffeine when they're in prep. And I get it because you're tired, but also you don't want too high of caffeine, especially when you're already struggling to sleep already.
Right. You're going to impede your recovery.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
There's nothing controversial about that. To me.
I feel like these are fighting words for Austin. He's like,
we don't compete.
I know. I want to say I've probably had all 3 conversations with the man, and they've all been surrounding caffeine.
Oh, he's a man of few words, but impactful words. Sure.
I thought it was so funny that the same day you talked about he will not give you a smile. Because like when I walked in, you're like, hi. And he's like,
I told you. Who he is. It's beautiful.
Depending on where you're at. See, I'm always team essential amino acids as well. I love the NutriBio IntraBlast. I love this stuff. And again, it could be mental because I already have a broad profile of proteins.
Well, I think also just when you're in a severely deficient state.
Yes.
I think there's something to be said about having that consistent flow of essential amino acids in your GI tract. You know?
Yes.
And so depending on your eating frequency and what kind of digestion rate of the foods you are eating.
Yes.
That's where I see it being beneficial.